and it's a third map decider.
Couldn't say it better myself. It gets decided right here. And of course, Falcons will start on that CT side. So a little bit of utility here for ZDR. Advent, and look at Kaze, who's taking space immediately outside. In fact, the whole gang is outside looking to cross over towards Secret. Madden denies at the first instance. That's a P250 dropped on the floor, but the bomb at the bare minimum has made it down.
That's something, but problem is Falcons know exactly what's going on here. They've already got 2 rotators on the B site ready, and they're going to have some ramp presence as well. This might be too much for TYLOO to handle. Easy for Snappy, comfortable for Dupree, and Madden will get his frag as well. ZDR, unfortunately, just looking for a lurk frag. Not going to happen.
Clean rotates immediately from the Falcons. The fact that they've got a double setup with players tucked in as a bait and switch on top of the rafters is fantastic. And then you've got the ramp threat. ZDR trying to pose a threat of his own, but gets immediately cut down to size. That's a very clean pistol.
Yeah, and Magisk getting into it, smiles. Madden, that's a lovely clean tap toward outside red there. And yeah, as soon as they went through single door, I mean, even though they had a bit of a split through glass there, crosshair placements are spot on, positioning is spot on, and there's just too many men for TYLOO to face. They'll go for a full eco, get the AKs out as quickly as possible. Falcons have an easy peasy round here. Be very interested to see the stats at the end of this game. If Mercury has another good game, if Dupree has another good game, they're going to be very much at the top of the leaderboard for these two teams. We'll see, though. Glock's getting mowed down. SunPayus gets a couple.
Hello.
Should be nice. This should be very nice. Magisk is trying to stop it, but ZDR has got himself and his team a cheeky plant. You know what? That's more than enough for this round.
That's fun. A lot of presence towards Rain as well. And it allows the space from Squeaky. ZDR can just go down the vent. So he finds that time in. He gives a little bit of a buffer to the economy. AWP could potentially be brought out if they want to invest that in. If ZDR could be the player that drops it. But instead, I feel like they're just going to go full AK's full utility.
There we go. The plant does certainly help that full utility up on TYLOO. Magisk, the door player. Madden pushing outside with the MP9, getting in the faces of his opponents, of course, with the SMG. And he's got utility support as well. Kaze forced wide, and Mercury gets caught by it. That's a really nice protocol for the SMG from Falcons, and ZDR can't answer back from Huts. Early advantage to the CT side.
Even dropping Madden in towards the vent just in case TYLOO are getting up to any shenanigans over at Squeaky. See Magisk just spraying just to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So TYLOO reset, but they now have to deal with Madden. I'm sure he's on an SMG, but he's in quite a powerful position. That molly will actually spread to him all the way down the stairs. So he's isolated for this cross.
Oh, the SMG, it could still get a nice timing. Ooh. Look at the damage. Jamyoung finished off by SunPayus. He'll find a second as well. And after all that, Advent is 8 HP. ZDR's 31. And SunPayus will even push forward for another. Great start to Nuke. He'll even make it a quad kill on the first gun round. 6-0 start for SunPayus. He is really switched on. After the first half of Mirage, he's been non-stop ever since.
How many quad kills have we seen in this series? It feels like we're seeing a collection of them consistently throughout all of these maps. Good adjustment there for SunPayus. If he gets traded out there, it doesn't matter. There was already a player in heaven for the Falcons, but SunPayus collects the whole lot. No bomb plant in that round means that the money is scuppered. This time for TYLOO, they kind of caught in this pendulum of having one gun round and then back to the Tech 9s. That's going to make it difficult, especially for Kaze to get out the AWP. And that's another conversation piece. We brought up that head-to-head. Something that was very interesting at the bottom of the graphic was AWP kills. 8 for SunPayus in Vertigo, 3 for Kaze.
And talking of kills, TYLOO, until right there, only had 1 kill in this game on ZDR. But now, with the pistols, Jamyoung has hit a 1D on Madden, and SunPayus has to answer back. He's been dinked up as well. Jamyoung could get a flank kill on SunPayus here too. But he's dancing with the garage right now. Bomb has gone down toward B, and SunPayus still manages to find 1 more. But they've got to get to the bomb, of course. ZDR and Advent, they could be anywhere. They could be up close. Advent's managed to pick up the AK as well. Now ZDR playing with the angle. This is so tough without armor. And yes, he gets taken down. It's Advent 1v2. He's found that gun, but he's got no Kevlar himself. Spots the first and spots the second. No, he has utility out. It's so awkward, and Dupree finds him comfortably. That's painful.
That's still a good round. Look, you brought Tech9s into that. You got the bomb down. ZDR is being a menace at just putting the bomb on the back of B. So you got kills. You made that one a little bit expensive. You've shown the threat. If you're TYLOO, confidence building. But they've got to make sure that they answer back before this game completely spirals out of control for them, because it's immediately a 4-0 start on the CT side of Nuke. You need to give yourself something. You need to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. Maybe that is the nerves setting in for Advent as he swaps the utility after he spots both of those players. Madden occupies outside, this time definitely spotted by Jamyoung.
Yeah, it's awkward for TYLOO, but not a round they expected to win. It's just good damage. They need to get some kills on the board. That's the biggest problem. One across the board other than Kaze in round 5. And that's not sustainable. SunPayus, got to say, in that tough situation, he does really well to find 1 more. To get another triple. 9 already for him. Nice smoke toward Hell for TYLOO, and they're going to be launching their way down off the roof. Shadow spotted. Dupree tries to catch 1 mid-air, and he does so much damage. Advent down to 13, but he can only go 1 for 1 himself. Snappy looking to swing for the trade. Advent is close up. Is it going to be looked at? He's making a lot of noises, Snappy. And Advent's trying to be cheeky with it, and now he's been found out, and Madden was already close range, as you can see. So easy recovery for Falcons. 4 versus 3. Where did TYLOO go from here? Mercury might have found the timing, but it's only 25 seconds for this. ZTR's found 1. He's trying to molly Magisk out of CT vent, but the timing, perfect swing. Kaze can only find 1. Mercury on this lurk is a little bit too late. Maybe 1 kill. Oh, it's awkward. Just gets into hut, does Magisk, before Mercury can do anything, and he'll be forced to save.
Yeah, no time anyway. So even if he does find that kill, they know exactly where he is, and potentially he could be hunted. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but the cracks are now beginning to show for TYLOO, and it's always been this question of consistency across the entire series. Really nice from Snappy just to take long range and make TYLOO think that he's the only player outside, while Madden just remains close to the smoke the entire time to punish.
Yeah. I gotta say, a really small factor of that as well. I know they're in a tough position already, TYLOO, but the Molotov flying towards CT vent, Magisk, so smart in the way he steps out there. He knows that there's going to be a situation where an off angle like that, once it's been spotted out, facing rather than waiting is the better choice. So many years of Nuke experience. Makes it look easy. And Falcons have their clean sheet still intact at the moment.
They need to get some kills, TYLOO. They need to get some rounds on the board. Otherwise, this third map they could go out with in a whimper. Really is the danger. SunPayus now being dynamic, started over towards ramp. Of course, Madden is going to remain outside. Gets spotted. Gets tagged just a tiny little bit, but it's enough information for TYLOO to potentially try and gut him out. But that's going to take time.
Nice job from Madden again. Mercury has not had the impact early game like we've seen from him on the first 2 maps. He's been balked, he's been snookered. by Falcons, but that's a nice shot from Jamyoung and a brilliant clear from Advent. Okay, we've got something here. Man advantage. Jamyoung still trying to do more with it and completely catches off SunPayus. TYLOO play a little bit more unpredictable, and Falcons get caught off guard, forced to re-clear lobby. But in a 2 versus 4, this will be so difficult for them to recover. TYLOO just need to make sure they don't get picked off one by one here, as they are quite spread across the map.
Good work.
Nice job.
ZDR. He's been left quite a lot in... When we saw in the game against G2, he was more often than not the player that's lurking, the player that is trying to cut off these rotates. So a really common move for CTs to do if you lose outside control is take lobby. Take that space back, guarantee that you can attack from a different direction. If players start to cascade in from heaven, reposition in towards main, you've still got 2 focal points of contact that you can fight from. So ZDR removes that threat. And he also guarantees that only 1 rifle can be saved. Money not a question here for the Falcons, but TYLOO, it's an important time for them to respond. They've been going for that wrap around the world so many times, and I was worried. As soon as the kills started to come back and forth, they had sort of all this outside space. You might as well call it middle, but then what you do with it off the back of it. That's why Jamyoung had to make that play and deny SunPayus in towards ramp, just to create that little bit of breathing room. And then from ZDR and his positioning, they can then claim ramp. They've then got an access route in towards B if they want it. They can go up towards heaven, and then suddenly the main player becomes more involved. So it's so important for Jamyoung to take that fight in towards hell.
Yeah, nicely done. TYLOO get their first round on the board, and it immediately means that it's better than their last time out on this map. It was the online qualifier against the Mongols where TYLOO got 13-0'd, and Jamyoung didn't even get a single kill.
Yeah.
So, an improvement already.
And the Mongols upset TYLOO there by just getting straight in their face. So I was covering that one. And it was the Mongols fighting outside continuously. They were being really aggressive, and it forced TYLOO to go for these lobby plays, but they're continuously being rotated into 3-player setups. You see Falcons showing shades of that, especially with Madden on the SMG getting close for at least 1 guaranteed kill. This one's a bit more of a tussle, a gentleman's agreement where it comes to the control outside. No one's fighting for it early. With this smoke for Jamyoung, he might even drop through it and go in towards main.
Does allow that. ZDR toward ramp, trying to make something happen with it. And yeah, Magisk already puts pay to Mercury's hopes in this round. SunPayus still looking for that possibility of a smoke play being used, and yes, it doesn't work out. Jamyoung gets ahead of the angle, but a good re-peek from Falcons again. Magisk is just feels like he's in total control of the map right now, especially his area of the map. Around A, Dupree next to Hut has got a really nice angle. Magisk is doing even more damage, but it's a great shot from Kaze. There's a slight glimmer, and Jamyoung makes it a bit brighter. 3 versus 2, but Madden is coming in from exactly the same position. 18 seconds. TYLOO do need to commit to this one, and Madden is going searching. He finds Jamyoung. Kaze's so low, but he finds the kill. It's down to Snappy, and Kaze is forced to put the bomb down. Can he somehow stay alive? Round that could be for TYLOO, and Kaze with a sick triple.
Yeah, it really was, but take a look at that round from the Falcons. They push in towards lobby. They've got a really good network of trade spacing. They've got the player that's pushed Madden in towards radio. Magisk comes back from this position at main, walks in towards Squeaky, and Dupree's in Hut the entire time. But from there, it is 1 by 1 by 1. He's given over so many of these difficult angles for TYLOO just to navigate this play. Sharp shots from Kaze right at the very end. That's a well-deserved round from TYLOO, but it's the Falcons' individual catalogue of errors that accumulate to a success story here for the T side. And Jamyoung with pace is already down secret.
That's massive from Kaze. Been around for so long, of course, so much experience. And to see him hit shots like that is really great to see, but he's got to be facing SunPayus. And SunPayus could be having full reign of outside once again. And he takes Mercury and Advent straight away in the following. It looks like that second round for TYLOO could just be a bit of a flash in the pan. Magisk is close in heart, deals with ZDR comfortably. And suddenly, Falcons are in a very comfortable 5v2. Ouch.
Great angle from Madden. Just pressed himself up against the wall, means he's so difficult to spot, but he'll also get the first contact of Jam Young getting close towards the double doors. Kaze trying to hold on to his orb. Hello. That's an MP9. Could potentially remove. And maybe we'll do it. Looking for an angle. Or he could just sit here. Hey, Snappy. How's it going? How's your day?
Marco.
I do not want you to take this AWP from me.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Polo.
There we go. Found it in the end.
Counter-terrorists win.
We'll try and hunt it a little bit, though. Kaze needs to be careful. He gets his kill, just stays up. If he went down after time there, it would have been a bit of a headache for TYLOO. In the end, Kaze is the one that gives out some headaches to keep that AWP alive. But when you give SunPayus free reign like this outside, that's what happens.
And he can take those liberties as well, because think about how many times TYLOO have crossed on the left-hand side of their smokes just to try and get ahead, try and be in towards main. Outside a bit deeper. ZDR. Oh, aggression on both fronts. Look at this lobby crunch from the Falcons. They immediately overwhelm. They force TYLOO into a position where, sure, they could take outside, but look at the bomb. It's on Kaze's back. This could be incredibly dangerous here for TYLOO.
They need to figure out these sort of situations, keep themselves in with the conversation. On Nuke, SunPayus with that pixel angle from CT. TYLOO 3 players through Garage, and this could shock SunPayus. As of course, you can shift underneath the railing as well. SunPayus has no idea they're so close. Look at this. This is so awkward. He might get a kill, but suddenly he's going to get jump scared. And Advent will take him down. 3 versus 3. Bomb can be picked back up, but Madden is again in an important position. You've got Snappy on ramp with the MP9. You've got Dupree possibly lurking up through Secret. Looks like Snappy's going to be first port of call, though, and that's such a sick shot on Jam Young. 40 seconds. They're going to try and trade him to clear him out. Oh, Mouse will jump, perhaps. And that gives TYLOO a path. But the rotation is fast from Dupree. He can open the double doors at any timing he wants. And he'll do exactly that. But that is a great molly. Forced wide, and actually it's taken more than half his health away. Single door will be opened by Madden. He can't see the planter from there. 2 versus 2. They can afford to take their time here, Falcons. They've both got kits, and, well, Madden doesn't take his time. He goes straight into the crossfire, and Advent takes the headshot in the end. And with Dupree being low, he's going to be forced away. And TYLOO have found the answer.
I think where he's opened that door is come at the exact moment the molly's landed, so it spread a little bit deeper than it would have. So that is unfortunate for Dupree. And now the frustration's starting to creep in just a touch for the Falcons. You saw the reaction when Snappy accidentally scroll wheel jumped. Dupree looks to the sky as he just repositions to save the AK. It felt like TYLOO had no business winning that round, but they snatch it apart. It always felt like it was going to be a fake as well, with the utility being dropped towards heaven where the bomb was making its way towards hell. It always felt like they were going to have to try and wrap in towards ramp and go down towards B, especially with the lobby crunch that Falcons inflicted. There's that jump scare again, but Snappy felt like he really could have done more on this position, but the timing of the jump proves to be incredibly costly.
Yeah, I think years and years ago, I started a thread on Twitter of imperative and really important situations where mouse wheel jumps lose teams rounds. And, well, I'm not going to pretend like Snappy may have not just been fully clean entry there, but the jump certainly didn't help him. And add another one to the list, add another one to the thread. And it puts Falcons 63 up, but on 3 MP9s, a Deagle and an AK. TYLOO have everything they want. And there's a good chance that at least 5 on the half here, but they're going to turn up the pace, and this is a bit of a change-up. Mercury, Molotov actually coming in towards CT Red there, balks his pathing, but he still finds a way to get the first kill. dupreeh, again, so consistent, finds one in return, and TYLOO will duck and dive down the vents, down through Secret, and take B instead.
Completely negates the hut play as well. Magisk was already pushing hut, trying to just take and deny the space, but potentially it still could be. dupreeh's worst enemy at the moment are these incendiaries. And TYLOO, with this space, say, hey, let's go back towards A. Oh, dearie me. Oh, this is falling apart. Jamyang doubles down and takes a big bite out of that Falcons defense with dupreeh so low, and Snappy yet again being reduced to just wielding these MP9s. TYLOO have got away with another one. This is going to be the 4th round on the board, and really nice little mid-round in from them, because they still claim the space at A that they took initially. Mercury still remaining up there the entire time, and it provides an emergency exit.
It's the game's turn, Brandon. I'm pretty sure they had 1 kill on 4 players on like round 5. Now look, this is very respectable now for TYLOO. Jamyang has stepped up. His individual level is seems to be on par with what we've expected to see from him. Mercury is not the Mercury from map 1 or 2 yet, but we've still got a whole CT side to play out.
This is 5-0. If this turns on its head, if this becomes 6-6, there's a real conversation here, and it's actually the mid to late rounds that the Falcons are struggling with. They've actually had no issue in the first couple of instances of being able to find that first blood. It was Mercury this time around, and from there, all the dominoes just started to fall from the Falcons. The AK and the Galil have to work wonders here. Otherwise, TYLOO will be guaranteed a 5th. They've already done an exceptional job at recovering this half. dupreeh will deal with Jamyang. That's a heavy hitter dealt with immediately from TYLOO.
And Falcons heavy hitter dupreeh is doing work once again. Magisk could easily take this kill, and he does. Snappy, Mercury forcing his way forward. That's what we want to see from him. Back into a 3 versus 3. SunPayus toward heaven. He's about to be mollied out, but the USP hits the dinks. Has to drop down. Kaze finds a quick frag on the flanker of Madden, but SunPayus is still doing work. Oh, it's so messy. But the Glock finishes the job. However, dupreeh, with that saved AK, is so set up for a clutch here. He's really close to the action as well. Next event, next to Squeaky. And with it open, he'll decide to go through it. He's got a kit. He's got a molly. Kaze playing close right. That could be pre-aimed by dupreeh. It most certainly will be. And it's down to Mercury. Big off angle being held. He's just going to play behind the hut at the moment, and he hits the headshot. That is huge from Mercury. I mentioned he was a little bit quiet, but there's the quad kill. And Brandon, add another quad kill to the list in this series.
They needed that. They really needed that. It felt like the Falcons were just about to overcome the odds. Very much like they did on Mirage when they held back the A attack. It was all set up on Nuke, but it's this extra element of Mercury. The fact that SunPayus gets away with murder there up heaven is ridiculous. And you throw dupreeh into a clutch, and the form he's been on all series, you just expect him to win it out. Mercury on the off angle provides TYLOO with a guarantee of a 5th, and maybe even a 6th. Jamyang goes searching and deals with Madden outside before he can even find anything himself.
This is really good from TYLOO, just playing this solid default. dupreeh realizes that he has to go aggressive to recover the situation. The flash is really good, but guess who's out of bullets? It's only a 1-for-1 from Magisk. TYLOO, oh, that's a lovely little flank from SunPayus. This round's definitely still on, but the bomb will go down on A. And both Falcons players, Snappy and SunPayus, will look to sneak their way in through main, through mini. But Kaze is going for something a little bit cheekier, choosing to go round to heaven, and Snappy is doing exactly the same. Kaze could have a great sightline on this one. There's the information. Snappy down. Brilliant from Kaze. And it's all down to SunPayus. He'll be found by Mercury, and we are no closer to finding a winner in this game. 6-6 on Nuke. See you in a minute.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out.
Six rounds all, one map all. Neither one of these two teams want to drop into the last chance bracket. I have no idea who will win from here, Brandon.
Look at the resilience from TYLOO. The fact that it was 5-0, the fact that it was 6-2, and then TYLOO win 4 rounds in a row. It's these mid rounds that are really getting to the Falcons. And suddenly they find themselves from a position of strength to maybe a source of deficit. If TYLOO are able to take the pistol, if they're able to break the streak of Falcons winning out these pistol rounds, then suddenly there's a real conversation on our hands. Fast play immediately with the utility in towards A. Mercury forced off with the dual Berettas, and the flashbangs are exceptional. They're in A, and they are overwhelming absolutely everyone. It's SunPayus with a hat trick, and ZDR just scratching his head thinking, what went wrong? We had everyone there.
Oh, that's ridiculous. The utility from Falcons there was spot on, impeccable. Forces the push through the smoke. SunPayus reacts to that one instantly, and they know they've got the last player caught behind CT vent. So DR have to try and save his Kevlar, or at least look for a couple of kills to add some money to the bank. Falcons get off to the perfect start on this T side. It's all-important T side. Bomb will explode. Damage done by that bomb, and then actually will get a bit of kill reward. And I'm pretty sure he still has his 100 Kevlar intact, so he can buy a 350 helmet if he wants to, if they are considering a second round force. But the game's so close, there's a chance they'll want the rifles as quickly as possible. What a pistol.
It's just the timing of the flashbang from Snappy. It just really sets everything up for success. And now if you're the Falcons, sure, you were battered back a little bit. There's a reassessment there for TYLOO as they are able to even out the half. But with that being said, now you get to dictate the pace of the game. Now you are sort of unbound and not limited to these shenanigans that TYLOO have been pulling off. It's up to them to cause chaos and insert seeds of doubt into the Falcons for the rest of the half. P9, oh, farming, grabbing those kills. One more? Why not? That's a lot of money now being earned.
Stylish with it. There's Magisk. Made those look very clean. We know it's a full eco, but still, it's the W key as we want to see on a round like this. Zediard actually did buy a 5-7 after that kill that he got in the previous round with the Kevlar to try and do something with it. Respect that. Better chance to get a frag. But this is impressive from Falcons. And we'll put that 5-7 on the floor. And Kaze is kind of desperate just to find one kill, because every little bit of cash he finds could help the future AWP. Falcons did have 3 MAC-10s in this round, so the fact it's a completely clean one, well, he will go down to the bomb in the end, doesn't matter though. Will make you wonder how many players on Falcons will upgrade those MAC-10s, or if they're going for another fast play with the SMGs against the weapons.
It makes sense to probably run it back in towards A with the fast play, try and test the limits of TYLOO, especially on a bonus round. You can kind of see how they're setting up. You can see what the limitations are on their defense. So I really wouldn't mind that, especially with the smoke being thrown early, the nades. Yeah, I think they're going to do it. Straight in towards A. Mercury, full blind. Can't see a thing. Supportive flashbangs, though, are great. And Mercury stands tall for at least one. But Jamyoung on the edge of the smoke will get both. And suddenly we're into a 2v2 in a matter of moments. Good space being taken by Dupree in towards main. Or even outside.
Oh, well, great timing on the peak from ZDR. So now it's SunPayus. Falcons have done their best with the MAC-10s. It's the perfect play to make with the SMGs. Fast A, with flashes, Molotovs, create the chaos. Let TYLOO deal with it. Jamyoung did a great job. But with SunPayus having the bomb on his back, this is so winnable for him. Whole minute to play with, and he's not going to need it. This bomb can be put down, glass broken. That gives him some time to work with, but what is this? This is completely 200 IQ. He's broken the glass, he's faked the bomb, and he's burst through the door to take the first rotator. And it's down to ZDR. Can SunPayus complete what would be a super smart 1 versus 2? No, he can't. He's not expecting ZDR from the same angle. Great attempt from SunPayus, but TYLOO take a critical CT gun round.
Yeah, that's really smart, though. As you mentioned, just trying to keep TYLOO on their toes, make that a 1v1, make it a lot more contestable. Was so certain that there'd be a player pushing from A and taking the space out ramp. Instead, TYLOO double up. They go together. ZDR is able to get those last 2 kills to lock it in. Dupree thought he could go around the world, but hey, guess what? That's what TYLOO's been doing all first half. They understand that that can potentially be a threat. So ZDR confirms, keep TYLOO within arm's reach of the Falcons. Let's see what they've got in store, because of course that was the bonus. Hello, SunPayus, but hello, Jamyoung. Snappy, not ready.
Wow. Love that aggression. Look how far he's pushed his way through. What on earth? Goodness me. He's worried about there still being a player near that smoke, of course, which is why he looked back. But gets punished, thankfully. Still have a 4 versus 3, but that is a great find from Madden. He stops Kaze from falling away. But Dupree, again, it's swapped around. Another critical frag found by him, and he can break the glass. B is open. Molotov down toward that double door position. It's going to be down to Mercury to do something special here. Door will be open, but Dupree slams a bullet in his face. And Adven is miles away. Madden will stop that. Lurking in garage, and that is a brilliant rebuttal from Falcons.
And that's all about just pulling these rotates away. As soon as the aggressive play comes out from Jam Young, and then the AWP from SunPayus is knocked down at garage, you know, if you're Falcons, that TYLOO are going to be thinly spread when it comes to the defense. Madden going aggressive outside is phenomenal because that pulls the attention back for ZDI. He has a decision to make. Does he want to go and address that? Or does he want to take a look at ramp? And Dupree hits him on the perfect timing. From there, everything just slots into place. Falcons with a necessary one and relegates TYLOO down to these pistols.
That's painful for TYLOO, especially considering, of course, they won that previous round with ZDR, winning the 1v1 against SunPayus. So that was just the one player alive. Money is in a rough spot, and they're locked in here by all the Falcons. If this went south, this would be remarkable, but there's just too much utility on Falcons. And too much weaponry, of course, as well. Snappy's even got the MAC-10 out again, knowing the economic situation. He's been around these blocks before. What? What? How have they allowed that to happen? Goodness me. I have no words for that, but it's only going to be 1 kill, I think.
Yeah, that's it. It's fine. TYLOO grabbed 1. It's only on a pistol. Rifle can't be recovered. Snappy can also just go and upgrade his MAC-10. It's a sacrifice, but one in which Falcons are willing to make.
Yeah. I bet Kaze couldn't believe his luck there. Like, being able to cross that angle so wide. Usually there's the defaulter there. You can see SunPayus would have an eye on that one, but yeah, as we said, it's only the 1 kill. It's not a nightmare whatsoever. It's just a amusing moment. And now Falcons are 3 away from taking, well, their first win in a very long time. So finally stopping the rot is a significant possibility here.
Yeah, TYLOO, they're not out of it just yet. Jam Young about to go toe-to-toe with 2 of these players through the smoke. Oh, thank you very much. Is there another one creeping through? There is, but Madden will answer the call. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Magisk has found another one. So now Kaze is worried about ramp and outside. It's the same pincer that the Falcons created in a few rounds prior, and Madden is taking his time outside, letting the rest of the team spread out.
Oh. Beautifully
nice
done.
hold.
Beautifully done by Falcons and SunPayus, holding for the rotation. TYLOO are forced into going hunting to recover the round. As you can see, Advent's pushing forward as well. He needs a minor miracle. He needs to somehow find 2 kills, probably, and stay alive, which is not going to happen from this position. It's being watched by SunPayus, but actually he's isolated him. So he's able to find the 1 kill, and yes, it has to be scampered to be picked back up again. Kaze spotted toward heaven. Falcons now have most of the information. Can Advent stop the cross toward ramp? He can't. That was the all-important moment. And now the C4 has a safe passage.
And Kaze will 1,000,000% be saving. Like, there's no chance he ever goes for this, especially with the AWP. So, okay, crisis averted. Falcons are doing really well at just creating all of these. The best way to frame it is probably like fork in the roads for TYLOO, where they have to make a decision. Is it, do we hold this angle or do we hold that angle? And Falcons are doing a really good job at just manipulating the rotates and then now walking straight into the crosshairs. Exactly where the Falcons want them to be. So even with some little sprinklings of chaos from Jam Young and Advent pushing door and denying the bomb, it fundamentally doesn't matter because Falcons have got such a control of this game now because they are almost puppeteering these players just straight in. Here's the highlights from the round. The fact that SunPayus is so diligent and holds from silo the entire time. It's well worked, and they are now 2 steps away from just making sure that they can close this series.
Well, whatever happens, TYLOO, I know it's going to be tough if it's another loss, but you've genuinely done yourself proud in these first 2 series of Pro League. You've had to play G2 and Falcons. I mean, first up against G2 was a competitive first half, then G2 ran away with it, but second map was genuinely competitive, and, well, it goes without saying that this series has been as well. The fight back on the first half of the decider to bring us back to 6 apiece. Unfortunately, they've only found 1 round since then, and Falcons have used all their experience. Advent is still consulting the notes. They're not out of this yet. But with the weaponry they have in this round, only Karze's AWP. We've got a Nova on Jamyoung. I wonder if that's going to be kept or sold. You could afford it. We've seen the Nova do some work in some big events relatively recently. Of course, it does pay for itself if you get a kill, pretty much.
I guess. You're a lot more hopeful than I am for that Nova being effective.
It's fine.
Hey,
it's fine. It can buy next round anyway. It's fine.
Bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
I like it. Still jovial. Jamyoung. What's the plan here for Falcons? Outside smokes, but not going off the back of it. They might go in towards ramp here. Guess where that shotgun is? Oh, it's down B now. But it was in ramp.
1 kill. That's all I ask of Jamyoung with the Nova. ZDR has got the 5-7 and Kevlar. Great position to put it in. He's not being checked yet. Hang on a moment. No, he's revealed his position. Does well to get 1 still. No! Karze, what's happened? Advent has charged in to try and bait his teammate in, and unfortunately, he's just been destroyed by him. That is unfortunate. Not saying it could change the outcome of the round, but... it never rains when it pours.
It's fine. It's Jamyoung on the Nova in a 1-on-3. Can he find anything here? In towards control.
No.
Even swaps to the pistol for long range. Has a little peeky. Oh, he's really interested in trying to find this kill towards control, but Dupree on the angle. The Nova not known for its long-range capabilities, and now he's given up the ghost. Maybe Madden could be his next victim as he skulks away in towards the vent. Actually, I was going to say, nearly found a passageway to save it. Instead, Madden denies, looks at the ground, shakes his head, and the Falcons have got 5 series points.
Yeah, I think hopefully we'll get a replay of the madness toward ramp there. Here it is. SunPayus goes for the swing, and look at that. That's exactly what played out. Didn't actually see it properly, really, to begin with, but Advent did just try to charge in and help out his teammate. In the end, he takes a bullet for the opponents. That's a shame. That is a shame. And now TYLOO had a brilliant fight on the previous map to make it a competitive scoreline in the end, but they need 5 in a row to take us to OT on map 3. Falcons have honestly bounced back very impressively after the disappointment of map 1 and map 3. Magisk 18-8, SunPayus 23-11. It's a great team performance across the board, but the job is not done yet.
They got good space outside, though. They've crossed, and note how no one from TYLOO is actually down yet. They're not ready for the threat that is lurking right underneath their noses. ZDR will finally rotate between, and Advent taking a little peek just to see if anyone else crosses deep outside, because that will lock in that rotation for ZDR. But Madden's already in the vent, and the bomb's making its way towards single door. Fortunately enough, Mercury is here alongside ZDR, so the setup could be quite potent. Door blown off its hinges, but no one reveals themselves. They really want a reaction here from the defense, and they might get it through main and Dupree's lurk.
Yeah, bit of a stalemate. Otherwise, 35 seconds. Move is going to have to be made by Falcons, and Dupree will choose heaven. Jamyoung, tough situation, spots the gun barrel. Lovely kill on SunPayus, but of course that alerts Dupree, and he's behind enemy lines right now. Jamyoung is actually going to be following him, and little does he know that. It's being watched though, and that is smart work from Advent. keeping an eye on that angle, knowing the timing could have happened. And Snappy, although he'll get one, it's all now down to him with 8 seconds on the clock. He'll find Jamyoung, but that is it. And TYLOO will find their 8th and extend play.
Nice round from Advent as well. Just the call for Mercury to go aggressive early, finds the opening kill, and then TYLOO sit back. One thing that Falcons have been really good at in the last couple of rounds has been punishing these rotations and waiting patiently for TYLOO to give them something to work with. That doesn't happen in this round. And look at the result of it. It takes until the last 12 seconds for Falcons start to activate outside. And Jamyoung even communicated to Advent, hey, look, I've killed one, but there could be another in towards hell. This could be fast. It could all end here with a fast play. Mercury ducking and diving away from the utility. The Mac 10 of Snappy doesn't find success, but the trades, they just might. Jamyoung stuck yet again, edging this smoke over at main, finds 2 kills. And the utility prevents the Falcons from escalating in towards ramp. A 3-on-2. There's a chance for TYLOO to grab a 9th.
Another great round from Jamyoung. But don't count out Dupree and SunPayus. Arguably the 2 most important players for Falcons in this game. It was Dupree basically on first 2 maps of Mirage and Vertigo doing so much work, so much multi-fragging, and SunPayus has really shown up since that slow first half of Mirage on map 1. Kaze spotted out toward heaven, and SunPayus has the utility to lock off the face. So they'll allow the plant to come through. And utility for TYLOO is good. That's the main thing going in their fashion here, not just the man advantage. Falcons have no utility left. SunPayus locked underneath the heavens. What can he do? Flashes are pretty decent, but he could still find some frags. Not this time. ZTR takes it, and it's Dupree. It's the main man. He's caught in the fire and flames. He gets 1, but he can't push out any further. Great kill from ZDR, and TYLOO keep it going.
That's a great smoke thrown as well from heaven, because it blocks off Squeaky to have a little peek. And that's exactly where Kaze was first revealed from. It was Dupree spamming him. SunPayus got close. So a nice little adjustment on the fly for TYLOO, using and making the most of their utility. There is that smoke. Still getting inventive and creative with it. Keeping things afloat. There'll be another buy. This is the hard road for TYLOO. It's 1 step at a time. Back towards the ascendancy, back to equalization, but every round it feels like you're being faced with all the weaponry, all the success and the spoils of war from previous endeavors on that T side from Falcons. No AWP. That's the defining factor, but again, no sniper either for Kaze.
Full rifle round. No AWPs in play. But as you so rightly say, TYLOO are going to have to do this the hard way. Against so many rounds from Falcons that are going to have threats. Either a full purchase, maybe even Hero Akid or ZDR. I'm not sure this is advisable. How has he got away with that? What? My guy has just shifted through a smoke. Series point down. And he's got away with it.
SunPayus was holding for him as well. He was holding that exact angle. And now Falcons need to reroute.
Goodness.
Going outside with these diags. Getting close, but Kaze's here, but he's made his presence very much known with that grenade. So rather than taking the threat through garage, Falcons are going to go by secret.
Mercury kangarooing in single door. Trying to spot information as they cross. And as soon as he sees it, that's when utility will be thrown. There it is. He'll duck and dive away, and the HE is superb. Snappy will try and push forward. They're going to try and team up on Mercury's position and stop him from escaping, but there's a lineup, and Mercury doesn't just get 2, he gets 3. He drops the bomb in single door. TYLOO are not done in this best of 3.
What's going on there then? If you're the Falcons, you're lining up on the angle. It really felt like Madden was also going to jump over. They never heard the door open. Maybe it was open initially, but they never heard it close. There was no audio. Mercury was there the entire time and softened up from his grenade. They walked straight into the line of fire. A really important triple kill. And what about the momentum as well? Now for TYLOO. The Falcons, I pitched it. It was TYLOO the ones that are always struggling to close. But they recovered on that first half. They're looking to do the same in this. 2 rounds away from forcing overtime on either side of the map. There's that wacky one from ZDR as SunPayus is holding him. And he somehow still gets the kill. But it's Mercury here, putting the odds back in TYLOO's favor. Madden's on a Tech 9.
Oh, we wanted to see the Mercury from map 1 and 2. It's appeared on CT side. Great work from him, and looks like Falcons are going to try and turn up the pace and get this one done once and for all, but there's so much fire. Mercury, not this time, and Magisk has found a key, but can they find the door? Look at this from Madden. He's just flown up the vents and dealt with Jamyoung. Not like this, TYLOO. Falcons have fought their way through. It's been an incredibly tough series, and so much credit deserves to go to TYLOO. We thought they were write-offs in their first couple of games in this tournament, but they have put in a considerably decent level. It's just not enough, and Falcons are about to win their first series in a long, long while. Kaze will try his best, use all of his utility. It's going to burn Magisk out into the open, but Magisk seals it with a brilliant quad kill. Add another one to the list in this incredible series, and Falcons will keep themselves out of the lower bracket.
Yep, it's TYLOO that dropped down to that last chance qualifier, but I tell you what, it really felt